Hey everyone, I'm going to try this screen recording thing and see if this works and kind of give everybody an update because everybody's asking. No, I'm not going to post this, but here's basically what's going on. As you can see here, I've got this set up like I'm going to post it just because it's simpler and easier to demonstrate and show some things here. I don't know how well this will work with sound, but basically, I had my hip surgery in April, right? And that fixed my hip, and that alleviated a lot of the pain, but didn't take care of a lot of my issues. And here was an issue that I didn't expect to be from my back. This right here is what my feet look like and have looked like for like 7-8 years. I'm just going to let you watch that. They look sort of terrible, don't they? No, to answer your question, no, they don't hurt. They're just extremely cold. I mean, to the point where I have a heated mattress pad that I sleep on at night, every night, even during the summertime, because I can't sleep unless my feet are warm. Let me figure out how to get this out of the way here. I guess hit done. There we go. And every test that they had ran on me had from my foot doctor. They did an ultrasound, and they could also feel a pulse in my feet, so they know that I was getting good blood flow. So the other day I went to the hospital, and they shot some dye in my veins, and from my waist down to my toes, to see if there was any blood clots or any plaque buildup that would kind of block the blood flow. And nothing. It all came back normal. So with that in mind, and plus about a week and a half ago, I had a toenail removed, and it started bleeding immediately, and in fact, the doctor had a little bit of a hard time getting the blood to stop. So, but anyway, to make a long story short, we got to looking at my back X-ray from 2020, back X-ray rather, MRI from 2020. And as you can see, a normal healthy disc is what this white sort of gray area is. And you can see there's some deterioration there. One has deteriorated to the point where it's pretty much gone. I've always had back issues since I was about 13, 14. I've had arthritis in my back and so on and so forth. And North American Spine was gracious enough to allow me the honor and privilege of having a laser surgery, and that prolonged and put it off for a long time. In fact, I will still swear by it, but Dr. Allo that I had seen back then said that I might have to come back to do another one at some point. And so just looking at that and already being down and already still having back spasms and back pain and things, I'm already down because of my hip. So I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to be able to work out for a while anyway. So why not get as much everything fixed and come back at 100% to where I don't have to worry about hurting myself, that everything's fixed. And I have had degenerative disc disease for a long time, probably about as long as I've had back issues and back pain, which is probably, honestly, I'm 36 now, so 14, 15 years old up till 36, so at least 20 years. But that's kind of what we're looking at right now. And I had a doctor's appointment scheduled for Monday, but had to cancel it because we're under quarantine, because both of my parents have tested positive for COVID, and I'm having some very slight COVID symptoms myself, even though I tested negative the first time. So I had to cancel that appointment. Officially, 10 days will be on the 12th. Hopefully we're all good and COVID free by then and everybody feels great. My next appointment, which was scheduled for the 16th, it's in Fayetteville, which isn't that far. Hopefully we can keep that appointment and go from there and see what he has to say. But the thing is, when you're dealing with anyone who has any underlying medical condition, whether it be cerebral palsy or some other thing that they're born with that's beyond their control, typically they're going to send you to 4 or 5 different doctors in the area, and then typically they're going to send you to either a bigger city, such as Little Rock, which there are really amazing doctors down there in Little Rock at UMAS. Dr. Barnes is probably one of the best hip specialists in the world, in my opinion. Definitely better than any of them that I've seen up here. Nothing against those guys. They do a great job as well, I'm sure. But when it comes to specialized care, I'm probably going to have to end up at Little Rock. My doctor had contacted Mayo, and they had gotten back to me and said that they accept my Medicare, but will not accept my Medicaid because it's too far out of state. So, to make a long story short, I have to call Medicaid, or Medicare rather, Monday or after I talk to my doctor and see which line to call, or if they need to call, or exactly what the process is to see how much they'll cover, because without insurance it's $5,000, folks, just to walk in the door and talk to the folks at Mayo. But you get what you pay for. They're the best in the world at what they do. People come from all over the world. I'm not saying that's my only option. That may be my best option, but that's not the only option. If I could get a hold of, or knew how to get a hold of Dr. Allo, again, Shelby Monty, if you're seeing this and watching this, hopefully you know how to do that, because I've tried and failed, because I was going to go ahead and send him my MRI and just see what he says. But if that's an option, that's 15 to 20 grand or something like that out of pocket, because insurance will not cover laser. Like I said, I have not seen any doctors yet as far as a neurosurgeon or anything like that regarding this issue for several years. But as you can see, it's looking like the disc has gotten a lot worse and possibly gone, so I could be looking at disc replacement surgery or some kind of bone removal to get it off the nerves, and I don't know. I'm not no doctor, but I do know it's going to cost quite a bit of money to do all the traveling and to go all the places and dot all the I's and cross all the T's. So with that in mind, I know a lot of you have bought t-shirts from me before for helping with the hip surgery and going back and forth to Little Rock. But we have these now that are black and white. And we also, I do have a design for some pants and some shorts that will only do pre-orders only, and there'll have to be a minimum of 25 for each before we get that going, just simply because I can't afford to pay for it without them already being paid for. It's the last thing in the world I want to do is ask for donations of any kind, and I'm not going to ask for donations or anything like that. If you want to buy a t-shirt and support me in that manner, well, great. Simply because this design and these t-shirts mean a lot more to me than just a logo or money. It's what I've worked my tail off for the last 5 years, and I have my CrossFit Level 1 and my NASM personal training and NASM fitness nutrition specialization, as well as Adaptive Training Academy training certificate. So I would really love the opportunity and the honor to coach some other people and teach them things and show them that the only limits they have are the ones they put up on themselves. And plus, one day I'd like to make a run at the Adaptive CrossFit Games, if that's a possibility. And I can't do it halfway. I can't do it half healthy. I got to do it 100% healthy. And if we can get that done, that would be great. I know this is super long, and I appreciate you all taking the time to watch this. If anybody's wondering about, fundraisers and GoFundMes and all that, no, I'm not going to do a GoFundMe because they're not honest with the people donating. And so we're not going to do that. And we're not going to take any money from a church because regardless, there's always somebody out there that needs it more than I do. And if it can save somebody's souls, then it's more important than anything I will ever face. So I will never ask or never accept a penny from a church. But anyway, I just thought I would update you all on kind of my situation right now. Thank you all for your thoughts and prayers and text and phone calls and emails and messages. And I just figured this was the best way to touch base with everybody. Again, thanks for listening and watching, and I hope this works well, and I hope everybody's had a fantastic weekend, and I hope this finds your families doing well. Until next time, always remember that every day is a gift from God, and what you do with it, quite simply and honestly, that's your gift back to Him. God bless.